Saxon Algebra 1, Lesson 44. We will study addition of rational expressions. Remember, when you add fractions with the same denominators, you add the numerators. For example, 1/11 plus 2/11 is equal to 1 plus 2/11, which is 3/11. The same rule holds for algebraic fractions. Here's example 1. 5 over a plus 6 plus a plus b over a plus 6 plus 2 over a plus 6. They all have the same denominators, so we add the numerators. And we get 7 plus a plus b over a plus 6. Example 2. 5x plus 7 over 5a squared x minus 3x minus 2 over 5a squared x. They have the same denominators. We add the numerators, or we subtract the numerators. So we have the 5x plus 7 minus the quantity 3x minus 2. Now you have to be careful about removing the parentheses. In the second case, you have to distribute that negative sign. So this is the same as 5x plus 7 minus 3x plus 2 over 5a squared x, which simplifies, adding like terms, to 2x plus 9 over 5a squared x. So you see, if fractions have the same denominator, they can be added or subtracted. When fractions have different denominators, you have to rename them so they have the same denominators. When doing this, you want the common denominator to be the least common denominator. That's the same as the least common multiple of the denominators. Renaming is done by multiplying numerator and denominator by the same quantity. For example, to add 2/9 plus 1/2 plus 1/6, you rename each fraction so it has the denominator 18, which is the least common multiple of 9, 2, and 6. So we multiply 2/9, numerator and denominator, by 2 over 2, and 1/2 by 9 over 9, and 1/6 by 3 over 3, because that makes each of the denominators equal to 18. So we have 4/18 plus 9/18 plus 3/18, which adds to 16/18. That can be reduced because 16 and 18 can be divided by 2, and that's equal to 8/9. The same procedure works for algebraic fractions as the following examples illustrate. Example 3. Add 3/4 plus 2 over b. The least common denominator is the least common multiple of 4 and b, and that's 4b. So we must rename each fraction so it has this denominator. We multiply the fraction 3/4 by b over b, and the fraction 2 over b by 4 over 4, because then both fractions have the common denominator 4b. And then we add the numerators. Example 4. Add 4 over b plus 1 over c plus 1/2. The least common denominator is 2 times b times c. So we must rename each of these fractions so each fraction has that denominator. And we multiply the first fraction by 2c over 2c, because that makes its denominator 2bc. The second by 2b over 2b, and the third by bc over bc. Then the fractions are 8c over 2bc, plus 2b over 2bc, plus bc over 2bc. And we add the numerators, and that gives us the answer. 8c plus 2b plus bc over 2bc. Example 5. Add a over c squared plus x over 6c plus 3 over 8c third. The least common multiple of c squared, 6c, and 8c third is 24c third. So we rename each fraction with this denominator. In the first fraction, we need to multiply by 24c over itself so that the denominator becomes 24c third. Second fraction, we multiply by 4c squared over itself. And the third, we just have to multiply by 3 over 3. And that gives us 24ac over the common denominator, plus 4xc squared over 24c third, plus 9 over 24c third. And we add the numerators, we get 24ac plus 4xc squared plus 9 over the common denominator, 24c third. Example 6. Add these two fractions. These fractions already have the same denominator, so we just add the numerators. And that gives us 4m plus 7 plus 2m minus 3 over 3m plus 2. But we can combine like terms in the numerator, and we get 6m plus 4 over 3m plus 2. This fraction can be reduced because we can factor the numerator. 2 goes into 6m and into 4, so we can factor out a 2. The numerator is 2 times 3m plus 2, and the denominator is 3m plus 2. Now, because we factored, we can cancel the numerator and denominator, and that leaves us 2 over 1, which is 2. This is the end of Lesson 44. Your assignment, problem set 44 on pages 179 and 180 of your book.